I am one with my I Am presence. My Holy Christ Self. My personalities. My body elemental. And every part of my being is in balance, harmony, and alignment. As I open my heart and mind to receive the full activity of Metatron within this octave. Hello everyone. Greetings and welcome to our time together, which I hope you are beginning to look forward to, as these messages are destined for you to bring comfort and peace to your hearts and your minds in these changing times that you are now in the midst of. This is indeed a wondrous time. It is a time of celebration and of great activity in many different dimensions or octaves that are around and within this earth that you inhabit. And so these messages are intended to ease your experience of this transition. It does not need to be difficult, my children. It can be quite easy, in fact, if you will but listen to the inner promptings that your divine spirit is always whispering within you. How many times have you heard this little voice and talked yourself out of it, with all the many reasons you have for not following that still small voice? And yet, if you would but follow that voice, you would find your way much easier. This is what I wish for you: an easy and joyful transition into a state of grace that is destined to be the lifestyle for all those remaining on the planet as she goes through her transition. This is not a catastrophic scenario, nor is it the survival of the fittest. For all the physical activity in the world will not save you if you have not brought your heart and mind into alignment and balance with the earth herself. That is the only way to survive these changes, my beloveds. Some of you will have to store food and other vital necessities for very brief periods of time, as you see the havoc being wreaked upon certain areas, and very limited areas indeed, both of your country and of your planet. There will not be mass destruction. There will not be a third world war, in spite of all the nefarious attempts to provoke it. This will not happen. This will be a planet of peace. For, from my perspective, this has already been achieved. And so I tell you, there is absolutely no doubt whatsoever that there will be peace upon this planet. And it will reign in the hearts and minds of all her inhabitants, who will have learned to live in cooperation, in community with each other. This is your future. And so, how to get there gracefully and easily? It is by making perfect choices every moment of every day. With every choice you make, you are deciding upon your future by that very choice. For once the action has occurred, the result of that action must come back to you. So realize that your power is in the moment that you make any choice about what to do, what to buy, what to think, and what to say. Those are all of your choices. That is where you have freedom at this time. You have freedom to make good choices. You do not have freedom in terms of some of the experiences that you will be required to live through at this time. For these experiences are the results of the choices that humanity has made for millennia. And they too are coming to fruition as they must. And so, insofar as each individual is a part of the race of humans dwelling upon this planet, you must accept some of the results that humanity as a whole has made. However, as you make choices to align yourself with the divine plan for this planet, you will find much grace appearing. You can be, as has already occurred, the only house standing in the midst of a terrible tornado. That is the grace that can be yours if you align all of your choices with God, however you perceive God to be, by whatever name you call him or her. If you do the best that you possibly can to follow God's will as it presents itself to you in your own mind and in your own life, you can be the only house standing in the midst of a tornado. For the earth herself will send all of her devas and angels and all of the beings that it would require to protect you and your house. For your house is an extension of your being. Many have found their houses destroyed, but have been protected within. This too is a state of grace. But the individual's karma, if you will, was such that a great cleansing was required in the material world from the experiences that needed to be learned. Great understanding and wisdom and the opportunity to make better choices will emerge. So, my beloved children, regardless of what type of circumstances come to you during the days and months ahead, if you welcome them and look upon them as the steps that you need to take in order to attain your absolute freedom and liberation from the third dimensional polarized world then this will occur. I ask you all now to open your hearts and to spend a couple of instances within your own mind receiving the light of God and listening to that still small voice within you. Do this, and after you finish listening to this video, go back into that state and ask what it is that your divine self wants you to do before you undertake any important activity. Do this throughout your day. At any time that you have a chance, simply close your eyes and come into the stillness. For those of you who have difficulty listening to that voice, do the alignment as Christmas did at the beginning of this video, and allow yourself to bring all of the parts of your being together into a state of receptive listening. And then ask the question, what is the best thing for you to do at this time? If you have a choice between two jobs, ask which one is the best for you to take at this time. Which one is in alignment with your divine self and God's plan for this planet? And then trust that the answer is correct. What do you have to lose? And as you get used to asking this question and being in a state of silent listening, you will find your ability to hear increasing. And more importantly, your trust in the answers will grow. Especially as you take action upon them. In the beginning, you need not rely only on this activity. Use your mind the best as you possibly can. Use everything that you have already developed in order to make the wisest decisions. And see if your mind and your intuition are bringing forth the same response. And even as you choose to follow your mind, you may find that if you have the experience that the mind was wrong and the intuition was right, that too will help you grow in trust in the messages that you are receiving from within. This is a gift and ability that all of you have. Every single one of you. Your divine self is constantly available to be questioned on any subject. But it does wait, usually in silence, until the human being of its own accord turns its vision and hearing to that divine self. For that divine self has been present in every incarnation and has constantly talked to you. But after many, many long years of being totally ignored, it often retreats into a silent observer. But if you request its help, it will be a silent observer no longer, but an active participant in your life. And your life will be dramatically improved, enhanced in unconceivable ways, until you actually start doing it. So I encourage you to take this work upon you. Test it for yourself. See how it works. And then give thanks to your God and to your own God being for all that you are receiving, whether it be guidance, health, abundance, or love. For know that every good thing that comes into your life comes from your divine presence. It is not your personality nor your body that has generated this goodness in your life. It is your divine spirit from which all goodness comes. Thank you for listening. My blessings are upon you all.